Hi, this is Dr. Soroy's Mystical Professor, your favorite YouTube professor, here to deliver the truth to you based on the Bible, Neville's teachings, as well as scientific evidence. As an educational psychologist and researcher, I'm also a researcher and know a lot about the mind, the brain, and I always, insist and beseech you to go read The Mind, the Brain, Neuroplasticity, and the Power of Mental Force. And I stay up to date on the current neuroscience, neuroimaging, and research studies that have shown, or which have shown, how using mental imagery or imagination and seeing yourself successful, coupled with meditating and deep breathing, you're going to yield positive results. It's unequivocal. The science proves it. Neville proved it. And so as Dispenza, as a result, you can manifest 47% faster. Don't forget to maintain a positive emotional state. What do I mean? Neville always said to embody and be clothed in the state of the wish fulfilled. So, state of relief, state of joy, harmony. What would you be feeling? What would you be thinking? What would you be doing? Stay in that state, because that's the state, and be in love with it, as well as obviously yourself. And remember, everybody is you pushed out. If there's something going on out there that you don't, meaning the 3D or physical world, or Neville always called it Caesar's world, that isn't in alignment with you, and you're giving it that meaning, because you could easily tell yourself, oh, this just means I have my desires. Oh, this just means I'm the man or woman who has it all. You're the operant power. Doesn't it work on its own? It doesn't move under compulsion on its own. You're going to move under compulsion. You're going to take inspired action based on what you're feeding your mind, okay, and your brain. And like I said, some people sit here and say that subconscious doesn't mean anything. It does, okay? That person maybe doesn't see it that way because that's that person's assumption. Science, I'm here to share the science with you, and science has proven that when you do those things, meaning you live as though what you want to experience is already a fact, so you're not coming from a place of lack and you're not looking for it, okay? When that does happen, this is your best remedy, okay? When you feel fear, worry, doubt, anxiety, you stop it. And your best remedy is to go back, assuming that you are the person that you want to be, or you have whatever it is that you want, whether it be money, success, the job, the health. A lot of people want health. The relationship. A lot of people want an SP. Whatever it is that you're desiring, which is what you're here for, appeasement of hunger, then, like the Bible has said, believe you have received it, and you will, okay? Believe you have received, past tense, okay? And if you assume that you have it, because remember, the Bible also tells you that everything here was first imagined, okay? And then, just like with the Wright brothers, with the planes, we can't even forget the steamships, the stealth bomber, this phone. I can remember working my job with the federal government years ago, and I didn't believe that we would have video phones. Somebody saying that they had a video phone at home, and I'm like, what? And she communicated with her mom, and I said, no way. That was 1996. Here it is, 2025. We've had video phones, FaceTime, and Zoom and all that out for, oh my gosh, I don't know, decades now. So you get my point. Everything seemed a bit off-centered if it was something that wasn't already a fact. There is no such thing as fiction. You can penetrate the facts, like I've told you, because you are the one who is deciding that something is the way that it is, because you choose, you decide. You're the operant power, like I told you, and you are that powerful because God is in you. Or if you don't believe in God, universe, you're the child of the universe. Okay? You're the son, the daughter of the universe. However you want to look at it. You have that right. I'm not here to force God down anyone's throat. I choose to believe in God, and I always have. I believed as a young child that I knew I was more than just this garment of flesh and blood that I wear. That I knew that I was a soul. I could feel it. I could see it. Okay? That's why children can manifest much more rapidly than adults. They have no resistance. They can manifest something into fruition really quick. We can do the same, okay? And the fastest way, like I said, to overcome any kind of doubt, fear, worry, anxiety is to stop yourself there, because it's just a thought, and decide that you have it. Change it. No, I already have it. Huh, I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. Remember, your self-concept is crucial, okay? So somebody came on my channel telling me their perception on how I should have my channel. I'm going to run my channel the way I choose. I will tell you this. I've never said one negative thing to anybody on their channels. And there's some channels out there that, you know, have lied to people, have distorted this whole process, because you're manifesting, and you've been manifesting since the first day, the first second you came into this world, okay, since you took your first breath. So why not control your desires, your life, by consciously only imagining or thinking in your favor? That's what you do. So I don't care what anyone else has to say about how I do things here on Mystical Professor channel, and I don't care how you do things on your channel. So that's that person's perception. So I'm not gonna let it bother me, okay? People try to come at me too. I'm laughing. I don't care. You shouldn't either, because it's you or me giving whatever goes on out here negative, positive, or indifferent meaning. So why not give everything a good meaning? Okay? What is fear? What is worry? What is doubt? Take it from somebody who was diagnosed with depression and PTSD until I met Neville. Okay? I'm not here to badger anyone, but I'm not going to be badgered either. I teach about diversity, and I have for well over 15, 16 years. I embody diversity. I was born in a diverse community. My dad's was military, and I was born in a military hospital, raised a military brat. I know what diversity is. You can't expect somebody to accept you and your beliefs and your perceptions and the way you do things if you're going to turn around and not accept them for the way they do things, because everybody has their own style. Can you imagine what a boring world this would be if we all did things the same way? It would be pretty boring. Yeah, I'm ranting because somebody put some negative comments up, and I'm really, they're going to laugh at it because I don't care. I'm not saying that I'm right or that person's right, or I'm wrong and that person's wrong. No, I'm just letting you know. I have never put a negative comment on anyone's channel because, like Neville always said, apply the golden rule, which is in the Bible 5 times, do unto others as you have done unto you. And because I respect others, I know that you reap what you sow. It's in the Bible, which is the same as karma. Some people don't believe in karma. Then create that state of consciousness for yourself. I don't believe in karma either. But I do know the world is a mirror. The quantum field is equal to the invisible spiritual world, just so you know. So, we've got Dispenza over here, for one, there's others giving the sciencey aspect on manifestations, okay? As well as mysticism. Then we have me, who I follow Neville and Joe Dispenza. I've had my own mystical experiences, and I share those on my private membership channel, okay? Because I assume that I'm exactly like Neville, that I've experienced all the same mystical experiences that he has. And that's what he told us to do. It's in his lectures. You just have to imagine it. That's more effective than just affirming it, but you can affirm it. When I was doing a 2-year long period of just affirming, I had mystical experiences then. But I had already assumed that I was a powerful mystic. Okay? I had already assumed that I was having mystical experiences, and I already was. So I only wanted to enhance that, and you do. Once you start having those mystical experiences, you're going to continue to, because you're awakened to who you really are. You're a soul having a human experience. So I love each and every one of you for who you are, and I'm here to tell you that I want you to continue to be the individual that you are, because you're still unique. Even though collectively we comprise the Elohim, I'm still me, Fran, Dr. Royce, whatever, Fran, mystical professor, whatever. I'm still me. You're still you, John, Jane, I don't know. But you get my point, and I don't want you to change from that, ever. Okay, I'm here to help you grow, to expand. You will contend with things that seem to be opposing what you desire. Once you start stating that, believing that, now you're going to shift, because your vision is your imaginal scene, what you desire to experience out here. That is the vision that Neville always talks about too. That's a vision. And he tells you to stay truthful and faithful to that vision. If you're going over here because you see that this out here in the dead neutral physical world opposing it, and you're saying that, you're the one labeling it as that, you're the one assuming that, law of assumption, what you assume to be true is true. Now you're shifting your power and your awareness. You're taking your awareness, because awareness is key, off of what you want to experience onto that which you don't want to. So like I've told you, take your attention off of that and go back to telling yourself what it is that you have imagined, what your vision really is. The $1 million in the bank, successful, healthy, in the most wonderful relationship. I don't know, whatever that is that you want to experience, stay faithful to it. Because like I've told you, without faith it's impossible to please him, and faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You want to stand firm, because otherwise you take your power and give it somewhere else if you remove it from what you want to experience. And you don't want to do that. And another term for that is wavering or spiraling. Don't do that. But if you do, you're only human. No, it's this way. That's your remedy. Every time you waver, you have fear, you have doubt, because maybe false at the moment, if persistent, in it will harden into fact. Law of assumption, it's because it's the law. All right? Don't let anyone change who you want to be. Don't let anyone do that to you. I'm not going to let them do it to me either. I'm here to help you. I'm available for coaching. If you're interested, all you got to do is send me an email. And I will get the 6'5" subliminal request uploaded in the next 24 hours. The other thing is, I just wanted you to know, if my reading pace is too fast or too slow, you can adjust it. And I will be uploading chapters 8 and 9, because I've already uploaded 7 about moods. You just walk around in a positive mood, because it's the mood that determines the fortunes, as Neville always said. And he got that from Winston Churchill. You don't wait for the health. You don't wait for the money. You don't wait for the success. You don't wait for the loving relationship. You embody all of that now. You're the man and the woman who has it all. Like I've told you, it's that simple. So you're going to be walking around smiling. If something is opposing it, remind yourself, no, it's this way. All right? Or you can even tell yourself a general affirmation and embody that. Miracles abound me at every moment in time and point in space. I've told you that too. You can always just say, God, I'm so lucky all the time. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out in my favor. I'm just that lucky. You have nothing to lose. Go try it for yourselves, because science backs up my trap. as well as Neville Goddard, and science has proven Neville. That being said, I've been on here way longer than I ever expected to be because I love you, and I haven't uploaded a video in a while, and I wanted to upload this because I feel it to be of utmost importance, because people start to, if you don't persist, you're not going to make it there. You have to persist, and you have to be consistent. And don't let doubt, worry, because those are just thoughts, and that's ego. I understand that the old you wants to say, because that's where you feel comfortable, because you're doing something at the beginning, like I've told you. It may feel uncomfortable because you can't put old wine into new wineskins. You're creating a new you, a new identity. You stay faithful to that new identity, please. I can't do it for you. I can just tell you how to get there, because it took me a long time. Going through all these different lectures of Neville's, reading all his books, as well as listening to other coaches, and it just confused me more. This is the truth right here. Stay positive. Don't forget to breathe deeply, not shallowly. Walk in faith. Walk happy. State of contentment. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, because I am your favorite YouTube professor, and I love each and every one of you. Take care.